How do you feel like the bye week went?
I thought it came at a really good time for our group. We got some rest, some recovery. I thought we had some quality practices that we were able to make some adjustments to some things that we had seen in some video, and just kind of reflect and evaluate on that and try and correct that. So yeah, it was a good week for us.
What do you like in how far this team has come from, when you first stepped into a locker room with them to now?
Yeah, there's been tremendous growth, right, and some adversity along the way, which helps with the character. But really proud of this group. We work hard, we compete. They show up every day. They conduct themselves the right way, and that's what it takes. You can see how tight the standings are, and how competitive the league is with 5 teams right there at the top of the standings. And it's a battle every night in this league. You can't take anything for granted, from top to bottom.
Well, and looking at standings, you're 2 points back of Augustana with 2 games in hand, but you're not the only team there in that spot. So how do you go out this weekend, or what are you trying to focus on? Just home playoffs, or trying to get to that McGinnis or McNaughton Cup, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. We understand what's at stake. We had a good conversation Monday with the team, with the group, explained all the different scenarios and possibilities. And at the end of the day, take care of your own business. We understand, for anybody that was probably, I watched a lot of hockey last weekend, how competitive the games were. Not only St. Thomas, Augustana, but the 2 games between Mankato and BG were spirited affairs, to say the least. So we understand that there's no surprises at this time of year. We know how hard it is, but we're in a position where we can control our own destiny, with as far as at least securing co-champions of the McNaughton Cup. So having said that, Friday night's going to be a huge game.
You mentioned spirited affair, and certainly at this time of year you can understand tempers flaring and whatnot, but how do you try to get these guys to understand that they've got to keep their emotions in check, because playoffs are right around the corner?
Well, I mean, we're a disciplined hockey team. We want to play hard between the whistles, and we want to play the game the right way. So that's kind of always been our message. I think we've done a good job with that. But it's playing hard between the whistles, and putting your best foot forward shift after shift. We've got to be great in the forward check. We've got to check, and we've got to play well defensively, stay out of the box, and try and win the special teams games. So those will be key factors for our group.
You've kind of settled on a pretty solid lineup by this point. How do you feel like that's really gelled together here over the last month or so?
Yeah, we like our group. There's a lot of competition, a lot of guys that push, but we're still not set on the lineup for Friday. Still trying to work through those things, have a good week in practice, stay healthy. So, yeah, well, I like our group. We have so many good things. I think we have some chemistry up front. We have some chemistry in the defensive pairings. And then, obviously, we feel good about Barty. Gives us a chance every night.
We've talked about Stiven all season, and the numbers are just so impressive. He's, I think, almost an assist a game at this point. Where do you feel like his game is at here as he gets ready to kind of close out the regular season of his career?
Well, these are important games for him and for a lot of people, especially the seniors. It's your last games of college, but he's playing for something. He's playing for an NHL contract. He's been fantastic for us. He makes plays every day. He was terrific again yesterday in practice. So he's a fun player to coach. I feel like I talk about it all the time, but he makes plays. It'll be and we need him to make plays again this weekend.
He's been able to stay much more disciplined this year than he did at the end of last year. How nice has it been to see him be a leader and not sort of lose himself in games?
Well, I think you're competitive as an athlete, and he's certainly competitive, and he wants to have success, and he's got long-term goals, and he's got pride. He's a very proud player. So it's a fine line. You need the competitiveness, but you have to focus it into and channel it to your next shift. That's the most important thing. And I think part of that is his maturity as a person, as a player, is to understand that and the frustration, and to kind of put that in his next shift. And I think we've seen tremendous growth in him in that way. Really proud of that. And other teams are, he gets special attention. When you're one of the best players out there, your other teams are going to try and get him off his game. He's done a really, really good job in maintaining his composure and channeling that, and he's had a fantastic year.
Do you feel like Max and Isaac also play into that because of, they're both leaders wearing a letter for you. So do you feel like they help him as well in keeping his cool?
Well, they all do. I think Max and Gordo have done such an unbelievable job, especially Gordo as a captain, and then Max has been just a glue guy. 200-foot player, and first over the boards on the PK, plays on the power play, plays in big minutes. They I think their personality is a little bit more calm and steady. So they have good chemistry, and you have to play to your strength as a player, and everybody's got a different personality. Some players lead by example, and some players are more rah type, and some are in between. You need a little bit of everything.
Jack has been on just fire the last several games. Now he has a weekend off. Do you feel like his game might fall off finally, or do you think he's still pushing forward?
Don't see that in the future. That's not in the cards. That's didn't get that on the bingo sheet. So no, he'll be fine. He's been great in practice. Obviously it's his senior year too, as it is for Joe Prouty and some other guys, and senior weekend on senior night Saturday. So I have some family and parents in town for that. So it should be a special weekend. He's been great for us. He'll continue to do what he's done.
How much fun has it been to be working with him and Joe and Owen again, here this year, and see the success that all three of them have had as part of this team?
Yeah, in from a general standpoint, it's rewarding to see players have success when they put in the work and they invest in their game, and it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes a lot of work, and I think for each of them, it's been really, really rewarding to see their growth. We have a lot of players, not just them, that are having success and taking steps, but I think that's the one thing that is rewarding as a coach is that's why you coach, right, is to help people grow on the ice, off the ice, as people, and to see their growth and see the success and have them play in meaningful games, and here in a weekend, we have a lot to play for here down the stretch, and we know it's going to be a battle, but I'll go to battle with those guys anytime.
Bowling Green coming in this weekend, maybe one of the most important matchups in recent history with Michigan Tech hockey, as far as going back to that CCHA championship game here, and Shane Hanna's goal and all that. What do you know about where Bowling Green is at now?
Well, a lot of respect for Willie. I've known him a long time. We've coached against each other for a long time. He's a great coach. They're trying to accomplish the same thing we are. And right now they just happen to be in our way. But a lot of respect for them. We know it's going to be a hard series. They're a very good team. They have some really quality players. So yeah, it's like I said, there's not much margin for error. It's most likely going to come down to a one-goal game. Hopefully we can make one more play or one less mistake. But yeah, it's that's just the way this season's going. You got evenly matched teams that are very, very close. Hopefully, our crowd. I know our crowd will be awesome and give us that push.
Well, and I wanted to ask about that too. Having these last two games at home, what does that mean to you?
Well, I think it's great. From a coaching standpoint, can try and get adjustments and matchups that we like. But to have our students, our band, our fans, and the MAC will be rocking. I love coming to it, and I know our players do. So excited for Friday night. And right now, it's not about Saturday or anything. It's just about the process and the effort and the grind and embracing it and enjoy the moment. It doesn't come around every day, and nothing's guaranteed. And we know how hard Friday night's going to be.